Hi, everyone. Welcome to Clutch Entertainment today. And today we're going to be talking about how to be responsible and to be trustworthy and how to build trust among others. It's a common thing that people try to do as they grow up and they develop into adults. And you just want to, learn new things. You want to be able to do things that you haven't done before. Just like, when you turn 16, you could drive, or when you turn 21, you can drink. It's all about like how you get those responsibilities and how you use them. You don't want to abuse responsibility over the years. Even sometimes, like even if a neighbor asks you, "Hey, can you watch my dog for me? Watch my cat. Watch my trash, my mail." Like that kind of stuff is all stuff that we need. We need to be relied on. We need to be trustworthy because in the end, it'll help us and we'll be able to be trusted ourselves and have somebody else that we can trust. But I'm going to talk about today like how we can build that, how we can maintain that, and get to a point where like we're a very dependable person and people know us and we can do what we need to do and be relied on and trustworthy. So first off, I'm going to get into maintaining and making relationships with others. So there's a number of things you can do to build relationships with others. Well, first off, it starts in your family. You have brothers, sisters, mom, dad, and you have your aunts, uncles, and cousins, and you want to be able to communicate with them effectively. I've talked about communicating effectively in another video before. I could put that link in the description below. But you want to be able to talk to others. You want to be able to say, "Hey, I'm interested in this. I'd like to do this." I'm looking, like if they say, "Oh, I'm looking for help with something," I would definitely say, "Hey, let me volunteer for that, or let me help you out," or even if it's like paid or not paid, like once in a while you might want to, check that out, check that opportunity out because when you do that specific opportunity, it puts you in a position where, oh, X will be able to do this task and they'll be able to complete it and they'll be able to be relied on for next time. So, for example, growing up, we always used to go to our aunt's house and cut her grass because she had a big yard, and me and my brothers, we would go there, and she asked us at parties like, "Hey, are you interested in cutting grass?" And we all would go with our dad, and we'd cut the grass with like a riding mower, with a push mower combined, and we would get the job done. We would do that over time, and it just built us like a reputation of having a good background with cutting the grass. So next time we'd go there, we'd be relied on. We could do it, even without our dad. So that's just an example of like building up over time, like little things. As far as like you want to meet people at events, like as far as making the relationships. Besides that, you want to meet people at work. Talk to people, get to know them. Go like when you go to parties, for example, like a casual party, birthday party, or a big celebration of a graduation, or anything in general, anything that's like a celebration of anything. Even like, for example, last week's solar eclipse. You want to, see people on the road, just start talking to them. Building any kind of relationship or talking to somebody could always lead to something cool. You never know unless you try, and that's the big thing with that. Then I would say seek opportunities to find ways to volunteer. Like I was talking about before, like speaking to your aunts, uncles, cousins, all them, they're the first ones that always have opportunities. Then you can look to your friends. Then you can look up friends of friends, and so on and so forth. And you can look in like ads or advertising, in paper, like newspaper, online newspaper, social media posts. There's a number of different ways to find opportunities to do things. And for example, like when you first get your first job and you find that job and you're in the job and you work that job, you gain that experience. And that experience for the next job says, "Oh, Philip can be relied on. And because he can be relied on, we can give him more responsibilities." And over time, when you do that, then over time you gain that experience. Over time you build that good positive image of yourself, and it also builds confidence in yourself. Being presentable and being confident in yourself helps that also. So I would really be in a position where I can do this. Keep that positive attitude. Be perseverant. Don't give up. When you get an opportunity and someone else takes it, don't get upset. You're just not meant to have that opportunity, you know? I mean, we all have opportunities that we want to be a part of and we want to do, but it's not exactly how it works. It has to be more than one person in order to be trustworthy, or more than one person to get that opportunity. I would say the next thing you could do, you know, is go to school for like the career you want it to be in. So like, I know school these days isn't necessarily necessary for a job, but it does show that you have the discipline and the responsibility to go through those 4 years, like say for college, even for like elementary, middle, high school, you know, getting your high school diploma. It shows you have that discipline and that courage to get through that and get to where you want to be and get to some of your goals in your life. You want to be to a point where you're like, I made it through this. I completed my schooling. I have the knowledge, like general knowledge of things. And you want to get to that point where, you know, people see that. You know, that's why having a celebration for those kind of things, like graduating or, you know, getting a promotion at a job or anything like that, it's a big thing because it means you're getting more responsibilities. You're building up in life. Now I'm going to talk about, like, say you let somebody down, for example. You make a life mistake. Okay, so say I'm one of those people that stole some money. Okay, I went to a shopping, like the store, like a grocery store, and I stole some money, for example, and I made a mistake. All right, so I go to prison. All right, so if I go to prison, you know, I need to get out of prison. So once I get out of prison, then after I get out of prison, what's the first thing I need to do? It's not go rob another bank, because there goes your reputation, gone. You need to volunteer. You need to, you know, better yourself, make yourself more confident, like work out. You need to take care of your responsibilities. You need to take care of any family issues. You need to take care of all your personal life issues. And that builds up slowly. And when you take care of those life issues and you take care of those little things, they build up your trust. They build up what somebody can see in you. And people who make mistakes in life, it's not necessarily that they're bad people and they can't be trusted ever, because everyone can change and everyone can get to a point where they're very trustworthy. I want to count on them, and I'll just call them up if they need help. You know, based on people's experiences of you and who you are, and your record shows exactly what type of person you are. The best thing you can do, even if your image is damaged, is to keep being positive, because being positive over time and assisting people in any kind of help they need, or assisting people in any responsibilities, and even being confident yourself and doing your own things, taking care of yourself and your own responsibilities, it builds that rapport for you, and you're able to do whatever you need to do in your life. And that's a big thing in life. We all need to, you know, give ourselves the confidence, give us our strength and perseverance that we need, and we focus on ourselves to start, and doing all the little things, you know, like doing a chore, like doing the dishes, doing the trash, you know, volunteering to help somebody at, you know, your local church, or picking up trash in your room, or, you know, there's so many things slowly that you build up over time. Nothing happens overnight. So as far as, like, say you broke your parents' trust as a kid, you know, and you're like, oh, I made a big mistake, and you get grounded. Okay, so the best next thing to do is not to, you know, keep repeating that behavior. It's to say, look at yourself on the inside, let go of that pride, and say, I can do something different. I can do something positive, and show yourself by, you know, doing the things that make you better. Like I was saying before, like work out, run errands, you know, do things to take care of yourself, eat well, exercise. I remember as a kid, like myself, when I made a mistake or something in my past, I would look at myself on the inside like, I really want to do that thing again, but like, what's it going to do for me? And looking inward to yourself, being more humble instead of prideful with yourself, really brings you to a point where you can do this and you can build that trust. As far as like, with other people, like strangers, for example, I would say the number one thing that makes me trust someone is if they're willing to, put themselves out there for you and to put themselves before you, or not put themselves before you, sorry, put yourself before them. That's the key. You want someone to sacrifice themselves for you and to help you out overall. For example, I need my lawn cut. If I need my lawn cut, I typically do it. But like, say I was like, oh man, I want to trust someone that's good. I would look to, a friend or a family member and say, hey, do you know the mowing company that can cut my grass and that can, give me a good job? Because word of mouth is a huge thing with trust. Like, I would rather trust someone who, has told me that they've had a good experience in the past with someone else than trust someone who says, oh, I'm a great person. Like, that's not going to mean anything to me. What's going to mean something is if they have a reputation. That's the whole point of being trustworthy. You want to be at a point where people can look at you and see this and see this guy is a good, trustworthy person. This is the person that, I want to give an opportunity to because they're great. So, like I said, the big things are build the relationships, build your reputation, take care of yourself, take care of others, and, put your friends or family before you. Put the strangers before you. And if you can show that sacrifice of yourself, that love for one another, like Jesus said, that's the big thing to get people to trust you. There's not going to be things in your life that, you're going to get trusted if you're just being selfish or you're being, I'm better than everyone else, prideful. You got to get to that point where you're like, I don't care if it, makes me feel like annoyed that I got to do this specific responsibility. I'm going to do it anyway, just so I can, help someone else out, build my trust, and be confident. So thank you for watching Clutch Entertainment today. Hopefully you got something out of how to build that trust and responsibility and to be more trustworthy. So if you have any questions in the comment section below, that would be great. And if you can like and subscribe, that would also be great. So thank you for watching Clutch Entertainment today and have a great rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.